Did you know that God has a system, a way of doing everything in life in order that you may flourish, thrive, and multiply? It was set long ago, and today we still have them, limits and much needed guidelines to keep our path straight and fully operational. They keep us safe, protected, and free. Genesis 1 verse 28. Then God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and govern it, reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and all the animals that scurry along the ground." So he is saying to increase in every way, be successful in all you do, for you are the governors of the earth. Multiply your seed in childbearing, but also enlarge your territory, grow up, increase in authority, bring everything into abundance. What a great commission and command! But how does one go from governing life successfully to being without hope, discouraged, anxious, constantly concerned about the what ifs? The answer is parameters. When people go outside of God's recommendations, they are sinning against their true nature and the way God has set them up to prosper. It doesn't mean you are not loved by God. His principles are there whether you see them or not, and they were set in motion long ago. For example, there are guidelines for protection in the Bible, and God makes it clear what some of them are. This particular promise is for those whom actually serve the Lord. Isaiah 54 verse 17. No weapon that is formed against you will succeed, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you will condemn. This peace, righteousness, security, and triumph over opposition is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, says the Lord. Now look at this promise of protection for those that respect and reverence the Lord. Psalm 34 verse 7. The angel of the Lord stays close around those who fear him, and he takes them out of trouble. Can you imagine God's own angel protecting you because you live a life that reflects how much you love and honor the Lord? You obey him, and as a consequence, you are divinely protected, as opposed to someone who is not following God's laws? Proverbs 8 verses 32 to 36. Now therefore, O sons, listen to me. For blessed, happy, prosperous, to be admired are they who keep my ways. Heed, pay attention to instruction, and be wise, and do not ignore or neglect it. Blessed, happy, prosperous, to be admired is the man who listens to me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at my doorposts. For whoever finds me, wisdom, finds life, and obtains favor and grace from the Lord. But he who fails to find me or sins against me injures himself. All those who hate me love and court death. So before you go thinking God's limits are too tight, too tense, and you know you've been neglecting or ignoring them, remember that path will point to personal injury and the affection for death and the realm of the dead. We see this often when a person goes on a path of self-destruction and they have an infatuation with dark things. Now you know why. Again, limitations and boundaries are not just great recommendations, they can be the difference between living and dying. I'll switch gears for a moment here and also mention that if you are a believer that is lacking hope, it may be because you have been equipped in a religious system instead of truth. You might feel you know that God is present, but you don't know how to function within the realm of hope, peace, and provision. You're busy in ritualistic lifestyle versus understanding wisdom, principles, and guidelines. This is also a decaying lifestyle. The Bible is clear. When you find wisdom, you find life.